Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Here's your Little Caesar slices and sticks, half Italian cheese sticks, half pepperoni pizza.
It's the world's greatest combination.
Carl? How could you?
Sorry, PB&J. I wanted to try new things.
Oh, no. 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 No!
Have some for yourself.
Yes.
No!
Get hot and ready slices and sticks for $6.99. Walk in and walk out between 4 and 8 p.m.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We get set here for Game 2 between ICC and Coahoma. That Guaranteed Bank opening pitch coming your way at 2:56. That's a 2:56 Guaranteed Bank opening pitch here in Game 2. If you're just now joining us, ICC picked up the 13-0 win in Game 1 as that pitch across for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. This is Clift in the circle here for ICC. We'll take a look at some of her numbers as the next opportunity that we get. As this pitch fouled off out of play, 1-2 now is the count.
Cliff came in today with 7 appearances. She did have a come in relief in the 5th inning of Game 1, so she has 8 appearances on the year, 4 games started, a record of 0-2 with 1 complete game, 24 hits, 24 earned runs, 20 strikeouts.
Is that one missing low and outside for a ball? 2-2 now is the count.
Excuse me, 20 earned runs, 19 walks, 13 strikeouts. She got the batters for Coahoma to go 3 up, 3 down in the the top of the 5th in Game 1.
That pitch just missing. 3-2 now is the count here. It's going to be Casnadia,
yes,
Reyna, and Smith due up here in the top of the 1st.
She's catching this game. Went 1 for 2 in Game 1 with a single and a strikeout.
And there's strike 3. Got her looking at the Renaissance Bank strikeout to start the contest. Nice job coming back to find the strike zone for strike 3 after falling behind in the count and eventually it going full. So now with 1 out, this will bring Reyna to the plate. Reyna playing out in center field. She played good defensively out there. As we said today, anything hit to the outfield is a mystery as the wind is whipping as that pitch in there for a strike, but played solid out there. I think making 3 or 4 putouts defensively for the Tigers.
At the plate in Game 1, she went 0 for 2 with a strikeout and grounded out to the first baseman.
And this is Clift in the circle. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Renaissance Bank scoreboard update. The last we checked, ICC baseball was up 4-1 in the top of the 8th at Coahoma. Of course, no stream for those games down there, so we're trying to tweet as much as possible. This pitch popped up, foul territory, and the catch is made by Stegall over there at first base. So 2 away now, and this will bring Smith to the plate here for the Tigers.
Smith was 0 for 2 in Game 1, but she did make a lot of contact. She popped out to the second baseman and then popped out to center field as it was Clemens, I believe, came screaming in from center field to catch her out on the edge of the dirt grass where they meet there.
That pitch finds the zone for a strike. 0-1 is the count here to Smith. We'll give you today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups in the exchange of the innings. There's a ground ball. Stegall finds it, steps on the bag, and that will get a 3 up, 3 down inning there in the top of the first. Michael, let's take a look at today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups.
All right, for the Coahoma Lady Tigers, leading off was Castaneda, the playing catcher in this game. Second was Rayner in center field, and there ending out the inning was Smith, the first baseman. Coming back up to lead off the second will be Pangman. She was a DP and a pitcher in game one. She'll be playing third base in this contest. Kelsey Mitchell is your pitcher and batting fifth. Huddleston, the shortstop, bats sixth. Bonner in right field will bat seventh. Taylor Mitchell will be playing left, batting eighth. And A.J. Riley, the second baseman, will be batting in the 9 hole.
That is your starting lineup there for Coahoma. They are 0-12 on the year, 0-5 in conference play. And now the starting lineup for your ICC Indians. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination. And Coach Ernest hopes she's got that same winning combination put together here in game 2.
Indeed, a very similar lineup to what we saw in game 1. Hallie Turner, the shortstop, will be leading off. She went 3 for 3 with 3 singles and a pair of RBIs in game 1. Batting second will be the center fielder, Sammy Day Jones. Jessie Smith starting at third base and batting third in this game. Riley Tyree returns to the designated player position in this game and will be batting in the cleanup spot. Sadie Stegall playing first base again this game, gets a chance to bat in the 5th spot. McLean, the catcher, bats 6th. Addie Beckley in right field starting this game, bats 7th. Tamaya Martin in left field, bats 8th. And Camden Cooper, the second baseman, bats 9th. Clift, your pitcher, is the flex position for the Indians.
And that is your Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups for both squads there. Coahoma goes 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first. ICC coming to the plate, Turner, Day Jones, and Smith. Indians scored 7 runs in the bottom of the first in game 1 and cruised to that 13-0 win. There's a ground ball. Second baseman throw across the way is in time. Once again, Riley looking sharp over there at second base for Coahoma.
Indeed, she has shown out there in that position today.
So 1 up, 1 down, 1 pitch, 1 out. And now this will bring Sammy Day Jones to the plate. Day Jones and Turner, who just batted. A couple of sophomores that were honored in between the game. Is that pitch in there for a strike? As this is Mitchell in the circle here for Coahoma. We'll look at some stats on her in a moment. So 0-1 is the count here to Day Jones. That pitch goes high for a ball.
Mitchell, the pitcher, is a freshman. This is her 7th appearance of the year. She has started 3 games. She has an 0-3 record, 2 complete games. She's given up 42 hits, 46 runs.
Is that pitch drifting low for a ball? 2-1 now is the count.
29 of those runs have been earned. She has walked 21, struck out 21, carries an 8.23 ERA coming into this afternoon's contest.
Those stats being brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation. As this pitch fouled back and out of play, 2-2 now will be the count here on Day Jones. Baseball should be final. We'll see if we can find that final score.
Jones gets a hold of that one, drives it out to the left center, caught by the left fielder.
That one sounded really good off the bat, just didn't quite get enough of it that time.
Yeah, didn't get enough underneath it to really lift it.
And so 2 away now. And this is going to bring up Smith to the plate. Well, I said it should be final. Well, it's not. The Indians' bats have woken up here as they're in the bottom of the 9th inning. ICC leading it 7-1 now over Coahoma. Smith rips one, and that's going to go for a base hit. Clutch 2-out hit there by Jessie Smith.
Keeping her good day at the plate going.
First hit of the game for either team. There's 2 outs in the inning here in the bottom of the first, and this is going to be Riley Tyree coming to the plate. We know we've had a mystery all season. There's a gentleman here that wears a Notre Dame jacket and an Alabama hat. Well, we've wondered who that person is here to support. Well, it's Riley Tyree. And the Notre Dame fan in me will either catch him after the game or maybe ask Riley, as there's a stolen base by Smith, what the connection is. That's a rare thing down here.
I think even more rare is the Notre Dame-Alabama combination.
Now, that is true, too. That pitch in there for a strike.
Those almost seem antithetical to each other.
Well, I like the fact that he's making sure that the biggest one he's supporting is Notre Dame, as it's the Notre Dame jacket and the Notre Dame sweater that he's wearing today. He may be from that area. Who knows? 1-1 pitch. Ground ball, third baseman finds it, picks it up, throws it across the way, throws a little high. They do apply the tag, and that's going to be the out. We will score that one 5-3 as the umpire called her out before the tag was applied. Well, the Indians leave a runner stranded at second. No score after one. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the second inning. No score here in game two as ICC got a two-out single by Jessie Smith. She stole second but was left stranded. As now it's going to be Pangman, Mitchell, and Huddleston coming to the plate.
Payman went 0 for 2 in game one with a pair of swinging strikeouts.
And so she will dig in here with Clift in the circle. That pitch just missing low for a ball. Clift had one Renaissance Bank strikeout, got a pop-up in foul territory to Stegall over at first, and then a ground out to Stegall to end the inning. This pitch popped straight up and apparently got over the whole facility, as that one never heard a thud.
May have landed in the volleyball court.
May have. 1-1 now is the count. That pitch in there for a strike. 1-2 is the count now to Pangman.
Good to see her get that outside corner established with this umpire. Will help her attacking these Tigers batters.
So waiting the 1-2 pitch here. Check swing didn't go. 2-2 now is the count. Good job by Pangman to hold off on that rise ball. So waiting the 2-2 offering here from Clift. And there's strike three.
Nice pitch.
Second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Clift. And now this will bring Mitchell to the plate. Mitchell pitching here in game two. So could really help her own cause here with a base hit.
She played right field in game one. Went 1 for 2 at the plate with a single and a ground out to the third baseman.
And this one's going to be actually I'm going to say a fair ball. Thought it hit the plate.
It sounded like it did.
Sounded like it did, but 1-3 on the putout.
A quick one pitch out of Mitchell.
As the home plate umpire kept looking at the infield umpire and never got the signal, so he said 1-3 on the putout for out number 2. So now this will be Huddleston, the shortstop. And she's hit by the pitch, and that hurt right on that elbow.
Yeah, right on the edge. Oof.
And so she'll head down to first, and coach is trying to give her some love there, but she's like, Coach, my shoulder hurts right now. I'll get back with you. Or not my shoulder, my elbow. As this is going to be Bonner now at the plate. Stands in, and that one missing for a ball.
Bonner caught game one, playing right field this game. Was 0 for 2 in game one. Strikeout and ground out to the shortstop.
There's a ground ball. It's going to be a foul ball, and now the count will go 1-1. Well, as we mentioned, we'll have softball back here Thursday when Snead State comes to town to be right back here on the Red Channel. And then Saturday, I believe Pearl River comes to town as we'll step back in conference play there. This pitch fouled back, 1-2 now is the count.
That should be a good matchup with the Wildcats at Pearl River coming up here.
That'll be a big pair of games as well. Of course, Pearl River on a roll like they've been over the last 2 or 3 seasons. So it'll be a big game. We encourage you to come out Saturday and help support the Indians. This one fouled back, and we'll stay at 1-2 once again. There is a runner at first. That's Huddleston, who was hit by a pitch. There's 2 outs in the inning. 1-2 is the count here to Bonner. Clift in the circle here for ICC, looking for her 3rd Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. And that pitch high for a ball. 2-2 now is the count.
I don't know, the wind seems a little bit calmer than it was in game 1. Kind of starting to blow toward home plate a little bit.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. That is the 3rd Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game there for Clift. As we're scoreless through 1.5, we'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We head now to the bottom of the 2nd inning. 5, 6, 7 batters due up here for the Indians. Stegall, McLean, and Beckley. No score here in game 2. ICC picked up the 13-0 win in 5 innings in game 1 here on sophomore day. So Stegall, who played in game 1 but was the flex player, will dig in for her first at bat of the day. So that first pitch finds the outside corner for a strike.
She comes in today batting .214, 3 hits, a double, an RBI as well.
So she's got an 0-1 count here as Mitchell's in the circle for Coahoma. Rips this one, and it's just going to be fouled down the line, and now the count goes 0-2 here to Stegall. Again, she's one of the two sports stars on this team, as she played volleyball for Coach McGregor. The other one being Allie Beckley, who is in the hole right now, due up this inning. So 0-2 is the count. Stegall looks at that pitch, high and outside. 1-2 now goes the count.
Good to lay off that one. Looked a good start, but rose and tailed away from her.
So Mitchell set to deliver the 1-2 pitch. That one missing low and inside. 2-2 now is the count.
So Mitchell not attacking the middle of the plate, just trying to put stuff on the outside, see if Stegall will chase something.
So now the count is 2-2. Stegall fouls that one right into your living room. As
some quick reacting fans here in front of us. Thought Coach Porter thought she was going to catch that one.
So 2-2 now is the count. Stegall at the dish, battling here. Fouls that one off, and that one just barely finding a piece of the net. And we'll stay at 2-2.
Good battle here by Stegall. The 7th pitch of the at-bat so far.
So waiting the 2-2 offering here from Mitchell. That pitch goes high. Now the count goes full at 3-2. McLean is on deck for the Indians. Stegall is leading us off here in the bottom of the 2nd. Still no score here in game 2. And that's going to be a walk. So a leadoff walk issued there to Stegall. Nice at bat, fouled off 3 or 4 pitches and found a way to win the battle there by drawing the walk. And now this will bring McLean to the plate.
McLean was 1 for 3 in game 1. They had a single, 3 RBI, including 1 on a sacrifice fly, and also scored a run as well.
And so McLean batting in that 6th spot. Runner at first, shows bunt, attempts at it, couldn't find it. 0-1 now is the count. So 0-1 the count here to McLean, but Beckley is on deck. Stegall is at first after drawing a walk. That pitch drifts high. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. That pitch high. 2-1 now is the count here to McLean. So 2 balls, 1 strike. McLean at the dish. Rips this one over the head of a leaping shortstop. And that'll go for a single. And now Stegall catches a break there as the ball in and out of the hands of the third baseman.
Yeah, she was dead to rights, except it just bounced out of the third baseman's glove.
So that'll be a single advance on the throw there by McLean. And now this will bring Beckley to the plate. You heard some extra cheers there for Allie as her team members off the basketball team here supporting her coaches as well. They're taking advantage of the VIP seating here under the shade. So AB at the plate. Looks at that first pitch in there for a strike.
In game 1, she drew a walk and scored in the first inning. Later flew out to impressive play by Riley, the second baseman.
Shows bunt, pulls back, takes that pitch high. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Runners at second and third here for the Indians. Trying to break open a scoreless contest here in the bottom of the second in game 2. Mitchell getting set to deliver the pitch. That one missing high and outside. 2-1 now is the count.
After those first couple pitches to Stegall, she's really kind of struggled to find the zone this inning.
So awaiting the 2-1 offering here. That one's going to be slapped off the glove of the first baseman. Second baseman finds it.
Oh,
no play.
Wow. That speed helping Beckley get down the line, and second baseman decided not to force it to make sure that a runner from third doesn't go. And then Beckley's going to take second on defensive indifference as the pitcher had the ball and wasn't even looking.
Yep, so she'll advance on that, so no steal there. She does get credit for the single on the play.
And the RBI.
And the RBI as well, so it is now 1-0. ICC, as there's going to be a bunt laid down and no play.
You are not going to get Martin.
Yeah, you're going to have to almost have the perfect anticipation to get Martin on a play like that. And so now bases are loaded here for the Indians. They lead at 1-0. And now this will be Cooper coming to the dish. And now they're going to say a foul ball.
Oh.
And so scratch all that just happened.
And unfortunately, she loses the element of surprise on that.
And so that will be strike 1 on Martin. We'll see what they, 0-1 is the count. So they do call that a foul ball. And so 0-1 is the count here to Martin. Runners at second and third here for ICC. That pitch missing low. 1-1 now is the count.
Martin was 1 for 2 back in the first game. Had a single, a run, and an RBI.
1-1 count to Martin. Looks at that one. 2-1 now is the count. Well, big point in the ball game right here for Coahoma. Need to try to see if they can find an out, as the Indians lead at 1-0 with runners on second and third. Mitchell's pitch, that one high and inside. 3-1 now is the count.
It's almost like she's so nervous about the speed of Martin and on a quick hit that she's just overthrown it and letting everything raise way up too high.
So 3-1 now is the count here to Martin. And walks her. So take away the hit, but still get her at first base. Second walk of the inning now. Bases are loaded once again here for Cooper. Still no outs. Cooper in a game a couple of weeks ago was a home run away from the cycle. As that pitch in there for a strike. Indians would like to see her bat get fired back up here, especially in a bases loaded situation. 1-0 is the score here in the bottom of the second, game 2 between ICC and Coahoma. As this pitch jammed her, popped up. Left fielder's going to give chase and can't get to it. And so that'll be a 0-2 count now.
She did pretty well in game 1. In the first inning, she had an RBI single and later scored after having a stolen base. Later in the second inning, she reached second base on an error by the left fielder, but 2 RBIs scored, and she later scored on that as well.
So 0-2 now is the count here to Cooper. That pitch low and outside for a ball. 1-2 now goes the count. Beckley's at second. You've got McLean over at third. Both of those reached on a single. Beckley advanced on the indifference with the pitcher not being inside the circle, just basically not paying attention. This pitch rocketed to the right side. And they're going to call it, they said they called it out, so this is going to be both runners tagging up. And actually, no, now
Martin goes
to second. So a 2-run sac fly. You don't see that too often. That just shows the speed.
When you have that speed that's on the bases for the Indians, you can do that.
And then Martin, she hangs around and eventually advances to second. Smart on her not to try to advance on that. And so now 3-0 is the score with 1 out. When I say not trying to advance on that, I meant not trying to advance when the ball was originally hit, because if they do hit the cutoff person, she's pretty much out. And that turns into a double play. Back to the top of the lineup we go now, as this is going to be Turner at the plate. She grounded out 4-3. Rips this one, but it's going to go foul. And that'll even the count up at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 3-0 ICC with the lead here in the bottom of the second. Turner at the dish. You've got Martin at the plate, so anything to the outfield will probably score and run here again for the Indians, as Martin's got good speed. That one ripped right back up the middle, and that's going to do it. As Martin will round third, and she will head home. And a clutch hit there by Turner. Well, that one was returned to sender, blistered off the bat, RBI single. Martin comes around to score.
Yeah, Turner's been hot all day, right up the middle. That's her 4th single in such fashion today, so that's why she's in that leadoff spot. Consistency.
So now this will bring Sammy Day Jones, who flew out to left, in her only at bat so far here in game 2. There's 1 out and a runner at first. That pitch missing low and outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count now here to Sammy Day. Turner at first. She's got pretty good speed as well. So Sammy Day will dig in here, waiting the pitch. Looks at that one. Oh, they call that one a strike.
A little bit low.
1-1 now is the count. So right at the knees on that corner is what the umpire was saying. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first. That one skips across for a ball. 2-1 now is the count here to Sammy Day Jones. So 2-1 is the count. There is 1 out here. ICC leading it 4-0 in the bottom of the second. As this one popped up, and it's going to get out of play. 2-2 now will be the count. That pitch high Good pitch to steal on there, as that was kind of a changeup that hung up that time.
Yeah, it really just floated up there for a long time.
So now the count goes full.
Fourth stolen base of the year for Turner.
There's a shot that's going to get past the shortstop, and this should score another one here. And that's going to be a single advance on the bobble in the outfield. And so give Day Jones a single. E7 is what she'll advance on. Does get the RBI as Turner scores. A little meeting in the mounds here.
So bring Jesse Smith up, playing third base. Got a single in the first, stole a base and was left stranded at second.
Well, the game changer says delayed on baseball, but I do believe the final is 7-1. I don't know if might have some internet issues out there. Yep, 7-1 the final in baseball. ICC wins over Coahoma there in game one. As this is now Jesse Smith at the plate. Takes that first pitch high for a ball. Smith at the plate, singled, stole a base, but was left stranded back in the first inning. Grounds that one foul.
Swung just a little late. Chopped that one down the third base line into the foul territory.
So a big win there for the Indians. They needed one after that tough series against Gulf Coast. They let one get away from them in extra innings in game one and then lost game two there. Of course, those games were played at East Mississippi, as that's going to be a foul ball. 1-2 now is the count here on Smith. Felt like we had about 20 games during spring break. Of course, we got the opportunity to follow the Lady Indians basketball team all the way to the semifinals of the Region 23 game and was just a basket away from making it to the championship of that Region 23 tournament. Smith was that pitch high for a ball. Of course, ICC went to Coahoma and knocked off Coahoma in the quarterfinals to advance to that semifinal game where they lost to the eventual Region 23 champion Gulf Coast Bulldogs. 2-2 is the count here to Smith. Jesse rips that one, and it's going to be a fair ball as it bounces off the leg of the third baseman. Day Jones will come around to score, and that'll be a double for Smith, and now Smith is going to head to third on the throwing error.
Yeah, poor third baseman just bounced right off her right ankle.
Yeah, it's one of those
deep out there into foul territory.
So Smith does get the RBI as Day Jones comes around to score. Yeah, it's one of those that she reacted quickly, but unfortunately just couldn't do so. She took that one right off the shin, but kudos to her as she's not even flinching, staying in the game here. Actually missed the score, so it is now 6-0. There's a ground ball, and that gets through the wickets of the shortstop, and that'll score another one.
And she's going to advance to second.
Nope, got her out.
Late call, but yes, that is right.
So a single to Tyree, and then 7-4 on the putout, but it is another RBI. As the Indians push across another score there, it's now 7-0. All 7 runs coming here in the second inning. 2 outs now, and back to Stegall, who started the inning with a walk, and she scored a run. And she hammers this one, and it's going to be over the head of the center fielder. Stegall, she's got some speed. This is going to be a Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi triple for Stegall.
An easy stand-up triple on that one there, Adam.
Thought for a second she might have been thinking heading home because the center fielder didn't quite get to it quickly enough, but she will get that Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi triple. We've seen everything but a home run today off the bat of either team. And this is going to be McLean who's going to come to the plate here. She's 1 from 1. She advanced on the throw after her single and eventually scored a run in her first at bat this inning. That pitch is in there for a strike.
So a good day for Stegall so far, who's had a limited plate appearances so far the year.
Making the best of the opportunity she presented, and that's what you got to do in these type situations. That pitch, change up, hangs up. 1-1 now is the count here to McLean. We appreciate those that are tuning in this afternoon. A special hello to those that are watching in favor of Coahoma. And as always, we welcome those watching in favor of the Indians this afternoon. That pitch missing outside, 2-1. Hit me up on Twitter, or the app formerly known as Twitter, known as X. Let us know you're watching, where you're watching from, at Let's Go ICC. Or if you got my cell phone number, you can text me. Is that pitch missing low?
Is that public knowledge? Are we allowed to put that out there?
No,
okay. Just checking.
Yeah, just the VIP members.
Yes.
Have the cell phone number.
All donors to Sports Information Indian Club get that as well.
As this pitch popped up, third baseman calling everyone off and will not make the play. Oh, a tough one. As that will be the third error of the inning there. And that one hurts as, again, we talked about that wind playing tricks on the ball as higher it gets up in the atmosphere. And that was another one of those cases you saw it kind of just blow to the right as soon as it kind of started knifing down at her. And
yeah, because she thought she was right underneath it, and then it just shoots off. We've seen that happen all day today.
So the E5 now will put runners at first and third for the Indians with 2 outs. And Allie Beckley coming to the plate. She had an RBI single earlier this inning.
Umpire comes out, gets the Tigers to break up their conference. Brings Beckley to the plate. Back in the second inning, she singled with an RBI and then later scored a run as she was driven in. Oh, this same second inning, I forgot we were still here.
Earlier this inning.
Inning.
Fouls this one off for strike one.
A little bit of a late swing, but she does get a piece of it.
We talked about Beckley joining the team late this season as she was a member of the basketball team that made that deep run in the playoffs.
Leading the team as a point guard. A lot of leadership from her on both these teams.
That pitch high for a ball. Runner's going to go to second without the throw. So McLean with the steal. One and one now is the count. Beckley rips that one. It's knocked down by the pitcher. Going to have to hurry. The throw is in time. Great play.
Just barely, though. Beckley's speed is so good.
Great play there by the pitcher to have the wherewithal to quickly not try to glove it, but pick it up barehanded and toss it to get the final out of the inning. But the Indians do score 7 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits and 3 errors in the inning. We're going to take the timeout, come back with the top of the third, and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Your knee is a complex joint with many components, making it vulnerable to a variety of injuries. Some of the most common knee injuries include fractures, dislocations, sprains, and ligament tears. Many knee injuries can successfully be treated with simple measures such as bracing, rehabilitation, and exercise. The other injuries may require surgery to correct. At our injury clinic, we commonly see meniscal tears that occur during sports. Tears in the meniscus can occur when twisting, cutting, pivoting, or being tackled. Meniscal tears may also occur as a result of arthritis or aging. Just an awkward twist when getting up from a chair may be enough to cause a tear if the meniscus has weakened with age. The most common symptoms of meniscus tears are pain, stiffness, swelling, catching or locking of your knee, the sensation of your knee giving way, and if you are not able to move your knee through its full range of motion. The RICE protocol is effective for most sports-related injuries. RICE stands for Rest, Ice, Compression, and Elevation. Remember that at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our story is you.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome back now as we head to the top of the third inning. ICC leading this one 7-0. We do have a Guaranteed Bank changes here, multiple changes for ICC. Entering the contest is going to be third baseman Avery Wolf. You've got center fielder Bry Clemens, and now at second base is going to be Emma Rose Thompson. Those substitutions brought to you by Guaranteed Bank. Tommy Chamley and all the fine folks out there at Guaranteed Bank, proud to sponsor ICC Athletics. And this is going to be Mitchell batting in that 8th spot. She's coming to the dish here for the first time in game 2. As that pitch is in there for a strike, as this is Clift still on the hill here for the Indians. Or in the circle, I should say.
Back in game 1, Mitchell went 0 for 2 with a pair of swinging strikeouts.
So Clift swings on, since this one is swung on, and Stegall just ran out of real estate as she couldn't get to that one.
Good effort to get there, though.
Turn down our Nat mic for a second as we're getting more people.
Yeah, the crowd is growing larger and larger.
They're basically escaping the sun as we've got the tent put up here. 0-2 is the count now to Mitchell after that foul ball. And that one in there for strike 3.
Gets her looking on that outside corner.
Didn't know the umpire, a little delay on the call there, but called it strike 3. That's going to be the 4th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game there for Clift. And now this will bring Riley up, the second baseman, who has played well today defensively for the Tigers.
Yeah, we've seen her athleticism on display multiple times in both games.
That pitch in there for a strike.
She only got 1 plate appearance back in game 1, and she did strike out to end the 3rd inning.
So Clift in the circle with a 1-0 count. And they're going to say, did she go? They're going to appeal. And
yes.
Said she did. I thought she did too. 0-2 now is the count here on Riley. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Riley at the plate, Clift in the circle here for the Indians. Pitch on its way. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Another Renaissance Bank strikeout, the 5th of the game there for Clift.
Yeah, she's looking very, very strong today. Got the 3 up, 3 down to close out the first game, and has come back in this one looking equally sharp.
So now we flip it back to the top of the lineup here, as this is Castaneda. Swing and a miss at that one. 0-1 now is the count. Of course, our strikeouts are being brought to you by Renaissance Bank. Find out what's next by visiting RenaissanceBank.com, member FDIC.
The only blemish so far on Cliff's day is a batter she hit, Huddleston, the shortstop, back in the 2nd. But they did leave her stranded there, and no damage was done by that hit by pitch.
So 1-1 now is the count here to Castaneda. Pops this one up. And Stegall will make the play in foul territory. Second time today that she has done that. So that'll be a 3 up, 3 down inning there for the Tigers. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. It'll be the 8-9-1 batters due up for the Indians. But before we do that, let's hear from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's
And apologize for skipping into that commercial. We'll come back to that later, as thought we were going to have another chance to get another commercial in, but we did not, as that first pitch is going to be fouled back for strike one, as this is Martin at the plate. Then Thompson will be up next, and then we'll flip it back to the top of the lineup. I believe it should be Turner due up in that 3 spot unless something else changes. Martin, well, thought we had a single last time she batted, but instead this is going to be a ground ball to short and a throw across the way.
Yeah, she beats that one out just like she did earlier. So those small infield hits are almost guaranteed for her with the speed she has.
Yeah, and I apologize. I did hit the switch button. The only problem is I switched to the same camera. So that's not doing me any good, but it is a leadoff single there for Martin. She did eventually come around to score back in that 7-run second. And Emma Rose sits this one up the middle. There's one, and there's 2.
Oh, nice play by the shortstop.
A little spinning toss there to get the Little Caesars double play. So 6-3 for the Little Caesars double play. And just like that, 2 outs. And this is going to be Turner coming to the dish. Nice play over there at short by Huddleston. All-speed pitch, and, ooh, that one.
Yeah, I thought that was going to drop in for a strike.
Just missing. But this is a new batter here. 12. I believe this is Rippey.
Okay.
Is that pitch missing low for a ball? Is that correct?
It is. I say 12 on the back.
So Rippey is at the plate here. She's got a 2-0 count with 2 outs here in the inning. On the bottom of the third, 7-0 ICC. That pitch in there for a strike.
She substituted in for Beckley in right field back in game 1 and got 1 plate appearance where she got an RBI double.
2-1 is the count. That time the change up. Rippey rated on it. Now the throw across the way, and did she get her?
He calls her safe.
Said she's safe.
Pulls
her
off
the bag.
Yeah, she attempted to make a tag as well and must have missed her that way as well.
So E6 on the play. So that is the 3rd error of the game for Coahoma. And so now this is going to be Clemens coming to the plate. Bry will dig in with 2 outs. Shows bunt, pulls back and takes that one high for a ball.
She checked into center field back in game 1 as well, but did not get a chance to have a plate appearance.
So 1-0 is the count. That pitch is going to get away, and they're actually going to call it a foul ball.
Yeah, I think she just caught just a piece of it as she tried to pull her bat back on the bunt attempt.
So Rippey will head back to first. 1-1 is the count here on Clemens. Showed at that time, pulls back. 2-1 now is the count. 7-0 is the score. We're in the bottom of the third. ICC with the lead, trying to complete the sweep of Coahoma this afternoon here in Fulton on Sophomore Day. That pitch in the dirt. 3-1 now is the count here on Clemens. Avery Wolf is on deck for the Indians. Waiting the 3-1 offering here to Clemens. That one in there for a strike. 3-2 now is the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at first. Clemens at the plate. Mitchell in the circle trying to get out of the inning here. That one fouled back and will stay at 3-2.
She's got just enough of that one to keep her at bat alive. Taking a little advice from the stands. She smiles back at the fans.
Yeah, Bry's one of those, if you can't smile when you're around her, then you just don't know how to smile. She is the life of the dugout. As that pitch high for a ball, and she'll head down to draw the walk. Apparently, needed some help when she jumped into the Tom Bigby River, according to
yeah, we heard that in between
3 or 4
games.
times. And she looked like she wanted to try to explain her side of the story each time that was called out, as now this is going to be Wolf at the plate. That pitch in there for a strike.
She checked in defensively in the top of this inning for Smith at third base. Well, we've seen Wolf be a mainstay for the last 2 years. Great defensive player.
0-1 pitch on its way. This one popped up. Jammed her for a second. Second baseman's going to come in and make the play, and that one kind of crossed over as well. Talk about, again, that wind playing havoc on balls that popped up in the ballpark today. Well, the Indians don't put a run on the board there. It's still 7-0. We'll head to the top of the 4th inning. But before we do that, we'll take a timeout and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Here's your Little Caesar slices and sticks, half Italian cheese sticks, half pepperoni pizza.
It's the world's greatest combination.
Carl? How could you? Sorry, PB&J. I wanted to try new things.
Oh, no. 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 No!
Try some for yourself.
Yes.
No!
Get hot and ready slices and sticks for $6.99. Walk in and walk out between 4 and 8 p.m.
Pizza, pizza.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Welcome back as we've got more defensive changes here for the Indians. Coming in at shortstop is going to be Allie Beckley. And then in right field now is going to be Zoe Rippey. Those changes being brought to you by Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination. And so far, ICC's got a pair of wins over Coahoma, one in softball, one in baseball. They're just now getting fired up in Game 2 in baseball. We said no broadcast for the baseball games out there at Clarksdale, but we'll try to update as much as we can there on Twitter for those to be able to keep up with the game throughout the day. Ground ball. Beckley, who just checks in at shortstop, will come in, scoop that one up, throw it across for the out.
Blistered that shot across the way.
That was Rania. Didn't even get a chance to tell you who was batting that time.
Makes Rainier 0 for 2 on the day. This brings up Kai Smith, the first baseman. She grounded out to the first baseman to end the first.
So Cliff getting set to throw that one. A fan asked for the heat, and that's what you gave him. 0-1 is the count now here to Smith. She grounded out to first to end the first. And this one lifting, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Nice job there by Smith, laying back and waiting on that one. The first hit of the game here for Coahoma. And so now with one out and a runner at first, this should be Penguin coming to the plate.
She struck out leading off the second inning.
So Penguin will dig in here with one out. As that pitch missing high and outside for a ball. 1-0 now is the count. So Coahoma trying to spark a little bit of a rally here in the top of the 4th. Runner at first. 1-0 is the count. That pitch high, 2-0 now is the count here to Penguin. So 2 balls, no strikes, and 1 out. Runner at first. This one fouled back off the netting. 2-1 now is the count.
Quick reaction by some of our student fans. On that ball shot back toward them at the net.
So 2-1 now is the count. We mentioned runner at first. That's Smith, who singled right back up the middle. That pitch missing low and outside. 3-1 now is the count. Opportunity here for Coahoma to get something started here in the top of the 4th to see if they can spark a little bit of a rally here They trail it 7-0. One out, runner at first. 3-1 pitch coming. This one hit hard, flying out, but foul down the right field line.
Got back toward the batting cages.
Again, that's that same bat that has that, not a ping sound, but a
thunk.
Yeah, very solid sound whenever you make contact. And Pangman has put 2 of them that would have been out of the ballpark, but foul. As there's a ground ball. Ooh. Nice play over there at first, and then there's the Little Caesars double play.
Great job by Stegall. Both ends of that double play.
Score that one 3 unassisted to 6 for the Little Caesars double play. Coahoma turned one in the top half of the inning. In the bottom half of the third. ICC returns it there in the top of the fourth. Let's hear from Little Caesars again and be back with more right after this.
Here's your Little Caesar slices and sticks. Half Italian cheese sticks, half pepperoni pizza.
It's the world's greatest combination.
Carl? How could you?
Sorry, PB&J. I wanted to try new things.
Oh, no. 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 No!
Have some for yourself.
Yes.
No! Get hot and ready slices and sticks for $6.99. Walk in and walk out between 4 and 8 p.m. Pizza, pizza.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We head now to the bottom of the fourth inning. 7-0 ICC with the lead after that nice Little Caesars double play turn started by Stegall over at first base. And it's going to be Tyree to start us off here in this inning. Takes that pitch low for a ball. 1-0 now is the count to Riley Tyree.
She's 1 for 2 in this game. Got an RBI single back in the second.
She was thrown out 7-4, trying to advance. Heads up play by Coahoma to realize that and make the throw as there's going to be a line drive out to left field, and that'll go for a single second hit of the day there for Riley Tyree.
She has had a great afternoon, going 2 for 3 with a bunch of doubles and a bunch of RBIs and some stolen bases in game 1 and a couple singles here so far.
And now this is going to bring up Sadie Stegall to the plate. She walked, scored a run, and then tripled back in the second inning. So she'll dig in with a runner at first, swings on this first pitch, pops it up, left fielder going back, and it's going to be over her head. This is going to be another extra base hit here for Stegall, and that's going to be a Davis Ford double. We talked about that wind playing tricks on you out there, and that was one of them as it kind of gusted as soon as it came off the bat. And it just carried it over the head of the left fielder, who has played well out there today.
Yes.
Just couldn't locate that one, and now ICC with runners on second and third, no outs. And this is going to be McLean coming to the plate.
McLean has reached twice in this game. A single, and then scored a run in the second, and then later in the second, reached on an error and stole second base.
Off-speed pitch falls off the table a bit too soon for a ball. 1-0 is the count. So 1 ball, no strikes. Runners on second and third here for ICC. India's wanting to get at least 1 run across to be able to get that 8-0 after 5 rule invoked. Of course, you want to pick up some insurance runs just in case, so.
Always.
As McLean is at the plate. Does have an RBI already here in the game. Would love to find another one here, maybe even 2. 2-0 is the count. That pitch missing outside, 3-0 now. The count here to McLean. So 3 balls, no strikes, and no outs. See if they put the red light on McLean here. They did. 3-1 now is the count.
Yeah. Mitchell has not been crisp and strong enough to not give that red light, so make her earn it.
So now the count goes 3-1 here. Mitchell's pitch on its way, and that one's going to drift high. And now the bases will be loaded here for the Indians with no outs. And this is going to be Beckley coming back to the plate here, where she's 1 for 2 in the day. She's got an RBI and a run scored. Well, dangerous situation here for Coahoma. A chance for the Indians to really break things open here with a base hit. Beckley at the plate. She's now playing shortstop. This is that first pitch high for a ball.
And with the speed we've seen her show so far, anything on the ground is not an automatic out at first for her either.
Looks like we may have a pitching change as Coahoma's coach is going to take the stroll out there. Let's take the timeout with them and be back with more right after this.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
And welcome back. Doesn't appear to be any changes coming up here. Just want to come out and talk to Mitchell, as this is still going to be Beckley at the dish, umpire. And she was dug in waiting. He was still getting his gear together. 1-0 is the count here to Beckley. Bases loaded here for the Indians. They lead at 7-0. That pitch finds it for a strike. 1-1 now is the count.
Defense reacting as if they expect perhaps a bunt or a slap single from Beckley.
So 1-1 is the count, no outs, bases loaded. Mitchell's pitch on its way. This one popped back and out of play. And basketball players took off running, even though the ball was well above them that time. But they were looking back.
They lost track, and they thought they were all dead ducks.
So a bit of entertainment there for the rest of the crowd. 1-2 pitch, and this one's fouled back, and we'll stay at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Bases full of Indians here in the bottom of the 4th. ICC leading at 7-0 in game 2. They won the first game of the day 13-0 in 5 innings. Beckley looks at that pitch. Good eye. Hold off on it. That one's high. 2-2 now is the count.
Yeah, no need to force that one like the previous pitch that she fouled off. Very similar high pitch. Mitchell not wanting to give her anything she can work with.
So 2-2 pitch on its way. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Nice job taking a little bit of speed off of that one. And so that would be a Renaissance Bank strikeout there for Beckley, and that is going to be the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day there for Mitchell here in game 2. So now this will bring Martin to the dish with 1 out and bases loaded here. Martin walked and had a single. Looks at that pitch low. We thought she had a single to start, but they eventually said it was a foul ball. But she did come back, draw that walk, scored a run, part of the 7-run second inning. She singled but was erased on a double play. That pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Bases loaded here. Tigers trying to get out of this inning with no damage done. ICC trying to get the merry-go-round spinning here. 1-1 pitch. That one's going to miss low and outside. 2-1 now is the count.
Yeah, great opportunity here with the bases full of Indians to get those extra runs that you talked about.
Let's go, T. Get out of there.
As that's going to be a foul ball. Got my buddy Braden coming up here and helping us out. Thank you, Braden. Need to get some tissues up here, and Braden came up and in the clutch and helped us out. Is that pitch missing? 3-1 now is the count. Or actually, 3-2 is the count.
Yeah, the foul ball.
I missed that one in the exchange.
One.
Yep. So waiting the 3-2 offering here, and that's going to be a bases loaded walk. So an RBI there for Martin, easiest you can get in the business. As that will plate Tyree from third, and that does give the Indians that 8th run that they were looking for to try to invoke the run rule if they can get a 3-up, 3-down inning, or at least a scoreless inning in the top half of the 5th. This is Thompson at the plate. Rips that one up the middle, and this should score multiple runs here for the Indians. Or actually, no, ICC is going to hold it up.
She had McLean had to hold up initially, and that ball almost hit her as she was leaving second base, so she didn't really have a chance to make a good turn there at third.
And so an RBI single there by Thompson. Her first hit of the day, and now we go back to the top of the lineup, and this is going to be Rippey coming to the plate. And so now it's 9-0 in favor of the Indians. Rippey stands in, takes that pitch high for a ball. So 1-0 the count here to Zoe Rippey. She reached on an error, but was left stranded in her last at bat. And they're going to say she went. 1-1 now is the count here on Zoe.
Yeah, she tried to check that, snap it back quick, but just couldn't quite pull back in time.
So 1-1 now is the count. One out here. Bases still loaded for the Indians. Rippey looks at that pitch, and they're going to.
Ooh.
They're going to. Okay. So that's what.
Huh.
So that's the reason why they didn't score that previous run, and they're going to call the third baseman out for leaving early.
Gotcha. So saying she left early on that last swing?
Yep. Mind grabbing that pen for me?
Yeah.
So technically,
how do you score McLean?
That would be 5 unassisted with the note of left early. So now there's two outs in the inning. 1-1 is the count here to Rippey. That pitch high for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. So 2-1 now is the count. Rippey at the plate. Looks at that pitch high for a ball. 3-1 now is the count. And it should be Clemens on deck for the Indians if Rippey were to reach here with 2 outs. We're going to call that one a strike. And the double steal put on there. Don't look like that's what Coach Ernest wanted in that situation, as Coach Ernest was shaking her head as Martin. As that pitch up high for a ball. And so now this will bring Clemens back to the plate where she walked in her last at bat, and the wind really starting to pick up here, almost picking up the tent above us.
Catching our tailpiece over there and shaking it around.
That's the MVP piece, because if not for that piece, the sun
it'd be killing us.
Eats us alive.
Swing and a miss there by Clemens.
So Clemens takes that one early, or swings at that one early, I should say. This pitch foul back. 0-2 now is the count here on Clemens. So no balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Indians have scored 2 here in the bottom of the 4th. Off-speed pitch is a beauty, and that goes for strike 3. The second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game there for Mitchell. And ICC now 3 outs away from calling it early in this one as they lead at 9-0 after 4. We'll take the break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
And welcome back now as we head to the top of the fifth. ICC leading at 9-0. We do have a change here. There's a new catcher in the game. Is that correct, Michael?
Yes, that is. That's going to be number 16, Chloe Shelton.
So Shelton will come in and replace McLean behind the plate. Big swing and a miss there for strike one, as this is Mitchell, Huddleston, and Bonner scheduled up. So 0-1 is the count here to Mitchell. She grounded out to the pitcher on the only pitch she saw in her first at bat. She fouls that one back now. 0-2 is the count. Remind you, stay tuned. At the conclusion of this one, we'll have the Renaissance Bank postgame report coming your way. We'll select our Samstown Market star of the game, as this pitch fouled off, and we'll stay at 0-2. Good crowd out today. A lot of students coming out, even though it's a little bit of a chilly day, but the sun is out, so that kind of warms things up a little bit. So waiting the 0-2 pitch here from Clift. Ground ball, third baseman. They're going to call it a foul as it came off Mitchell's foot.
Yeah, you saw it take that weird hop. You knew something wasn't normal.
She immediately grabbed her foot shortly afterwards. And so new life here for Mitchell, as the count will stay 0-2. So waiting the 0-2 offering here. That pitch high for a ball. 1-2 now is the count. Cliff looking to go the distance here for the Indians in a what could be abbreviated contest here. So we're in the top of the fifth. This one popped up, and it's going to drop for a hit. Nice at bat there by Mitchell. Fouled off a couple of pitches. Was able to get that one and drop it out there. Put them where they ain't, as they say.
Indeed.
So a leadoff single there by Mitchell. That's the second hit of the game for the Tigers. And this is going to bring Huddleston to the plate. Huddleston in her last at bat was hit in the elbow.
Right on the funny bone.
Yeah, it was one of those you could tell it hurt right away. So she'll dig in here. And that pitch just missing outside for a ball. Coahoma needs to score 2 to extend the contest here, or at least force it to the bottom half of the inning. 1-0 is the count here to Huddleston. That pitch missing low. 2-0 now is the count. So Clift in the circle. She came in and pitched an inning, got a 3-up, 3-down inning in the top of the fifth in game one, but no decision in that situation. Is that pitch missing low? 3-0 now is the count.
3 pitches in a row in a very similar spot. All there on that low and outside.
That's one thing ICC has struggled with this season, is not be able to find the lower part of the zone for strikes, as that pitch is in there for a strike. And when they do, they typically put themselves in a hitter's count, and teams have been able to take advantage of that. As taking the whole way that time was Huddleston. Now the count goes 3-1. rips that one. And a diving stop at second. The throw over is in time.
Great diving effort there by Emma Rose Thompson. Stabs that one out of the air as it's bouncing in.
4-3 on the put out there. As you said, a great play by Emma Rose. Runner does advance to second, however. But there is now one out in the inning. And this should be Bonner coming to the plate here for the Tigers. And she gets hit by the pitch. Second batter to be hit by a pitch here in game 2 by Clift. And so Bonner will head down to first, and this will bring up Mitchell. Yep, is it still Mitchell?
It should be, yes. Not that it really matters, but at least hers hit the fatter part of the arm above the elbow, where
didn't make
poor Huddleston got that directly on the bone.
Yep. So now, good note here for the Tigers. The run to advance the game is now on the base. We said 8 after 5 is the rule here. So if the runner from first scores, will have to go to the bottom part of the 5th. It's that first pitch missing for a ball. And that one missing as well. 2-0 now is the count. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second here for the Tigers. That one right down the middle for a strike. 2-1 now is the count.
Taylor struck out looking to start the 3rd inning for the Tigers.
This is her second at bat of the afternoon here, so trying to spark a rally for the Tigers. Is that pitch up high? 3-1 now is the count. Right now, if I'm Coahoma, I don't know that I'd take the bat off my shoulder.
Yeah, Clift is starting to struggle to find those corners. She can get those right down the middle when the batter's taking, but not getting a placement.
And that's ball 4, so bases will be loaded now here for Coahoma in the bottom, or excuse me, in the top of the 5th. And they're going to go out to talk to Clift real quick, just try to get her to settle down in this situation. Well, one good thing for the Indians, though, it does open up for a potential double play here.
Yeah.
So very brief meeting there in the circle. Now the defense will get reset, and this will be the second baseman, Riley, coming to the plate. She has played well today defensively, still looking for her first hit of the day as she struck out in her only at bat here in game 2. So Riley will dig in. There's a grounder. Going to get the force at home. And do they get it at second? No.
Not quite in time.
Nearly. A 1-2-3 double play. But 1-2 on the putout of Mitchell to cut down the run. You know, I've called a lot of softball over my years. And I've only seen one 1-2-3 double play in my life. And if the guy is listening that used to be a coach here at ICC, it didn't go in his favor. But it was on his park. So that first pitch goes in there for a strike. Second one in there for strike 2. 0-2 now is the count. We're at the top of the lineup here at Casnadia at the plate.
So for 2 in this game, strikeout looking and fouled out to first baseman.
So the 0-2 pitch, that pitch drifts high for a ball. 1-2 now is the count. So bases loaded here for the Tigers. If they can get something down to the gap, it could be trouble. So 1-2 pitch, and that one's high for a ball. 2-2 now is the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Almost a situation where you just want to put something out there to make the hitter try to ground something and end this game rather than trying to paint those corners.
So waiting the 2-2 offering here from Clift. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that will do it as ICC will get out of that bases loaded jam with the 6th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Clift, as ICC will win it by the final score of 9-0. We're going to take a break, come back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report and be back with more right after this.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
What's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Your final score here in Game 2. ICC completes the sweep of Coahoma with a 9-0 win in 5 innings after picking up the 13-0 win in 5 innings in Game 1. ICC improves to 11-16 overall, 4-4 in conference play. Coahoma falls to 0-13, 0-6 inside conference play. Your final line, ICC, 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Coahoma, no runs, 2 hits, and 3 errors. And Michael, just your thoughts on the doubleheader today.
I think ICC came out and did what they needed to. They needed to get a couple wins and even up that record in conference play, and they took advantage early of attacking the Tigers' pitching. A lot of people got involved at the plate. Good solid pitching in both games as well.
Also a good day for sophomore day to come up with a pair of wins inside conference play for these sophomores. They still got a lot of season left, but it's always positive to get those wins on sophomore day.
Exactly.
So we're going to take a look and name our Samstown Market Star of the Game. We both agreed on this one during the break. And, Michael, I'll let you talk about our Samstown Market Star of the Game.
For this second game, this is going to be Sadie Stegall playing first base. Came in with an opportunity to go to the plate today and took full advantage of it with a walk, a double, a stand-up triple, and 2 runs scored to pace the Indians in this 9-0 win.
So that is our Samstown Market Star of the Game. Samstown Market. Sam and all the crew out there in Manatee happy to sponsor ICC Athletics, especially on a day like today when they're able to pick up a pair of wins here on sophomore day. Game 1 final 13-0 in 5 innings. Game 2 final 9-0 in 5 innings as well. We'll be back here Thursday as we step outside of conference play to take on Snead State in a doubleheader. And then Saturday we'll also be back here against Pearl River as we step back into conference play. You want to come out and support the Indians on Saturday there as well. So for Raphael Henry, Cal Brown, Matt Mallard, and Jordan Allen, Michael Upton, I'm Adam Gore saying so long from Fulton. Have a great evening, and as always, Roll Tribe.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
What's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.